Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hey, welcome back to the Trade More YouTube channel. In this video lesson, I'm going to talk about what you need to avoid to successfully trade the Forex market. So if you want to learn how to trade the Forex market and you want to know what you need to avoid to become successful, this video lesson is going to be perfect for you. But before we dive into it, guys, do me a favor. Smash that subscribe button, all right? Because I literally go live on this channel every single day talking about the markets. Let's get into the video. All right, everybody, welcome back to this video. All right, so we're going to be talking about things that you should avoid to successfully trade the foreign exchange market. I mean, people talk about all the time, what should you do? We're going to talk about what should you avoid. Okay, so number one, you guys hear me all the time talk about 3 market phases, okay? Every single instrument that you trade, and we're talking about Forex right now, in this case, let's say pair. When you hear me say Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, it's pair. Every pair goes through 3 phases, okay? That makes up one cycle. One cycle. There is the contraction phase, there's the expansion phase, and there's the trending phase. Okay, our job as a trader is to recognize what phase we're in and trade accordingly. So one of the things that you should never do, that you should 100% avoid when trading Forex, is not knowing what phase you are in. Okay, because knowing what phase you're in gives you the advantage. Don't you see, okay, or don't you think that's important? Now, at this point, you might not know how to do it. Don't worry about it. I just need to get you to understand. Don't you think that is important to understand what phase you're in? You should never trade the foreign exchange market without that understanding. Okay, and we're going to talk about how we do that right now, but I just want you to understand, you got to avoid that. Don't just jump into the foreign exchange market blind, okay, without what I'm about to share with you. Okay, just let me know real quick. Is this making sense first? You may not understand how to do it, but don't worry about it. I just need to get that this is making sense. Every market has 3 phases. Your ability to successfully trade the Forex market is going to be, you've got to avoid trading without understanding what phase you're in. Here's how we're going to do that. We're going to utilize this software right here, Trader's Edge X. It's a brand new software that my buddy, okay, one of my students who became a good friend, he built this. He built this around my methodology, and he built this to help us, avoid not doing certain things, okay? It makes it easy. Pretty awesome, right? All right, so Trader's Edge, hence the word edge. Edge. We have to have an edge to be successful in this market. Okay, if you avoid this, you're doomed. Now, how do we do it? Okay, so you're going to see these colors. Okay, you're going to see red, you're going to see green, you're going to see black. This is going to directly tell me what phase we're in, but not only that, it's going to lead me to my next point. Who's in control? Okay, now, when I say who's in control, you have to understand this, guys. When it comes to the foreign exchange market, we are the little dogs, right? We're small. It's the institutions, the banks, the central banks, the big money around the world that's trading this. They're moving money on a daily basis. Our job as a retail trader is to figure out what they're doing and then jump on board for the ride. Okay, that's what we're trying to do. So we cannot trade without understanding who's in control. You've got to avoid trading without understanding who's in control. I call it that directional bias. Okay, we've got to trade in line with the directional bias. Don't you think that is important to trade in line with the big money? Hey, let me know really quick if you're getting this. Again, you may not understand yet how, but that's okay. I just want you to let me know if you are getting this. Can you see this concept? Can you imagine how things or your life could change if you could recognize what the big money's doing, and then jump on board for the ride. Again, who's in control? The directional bias. Do not trade the Forex market without understanding that point. Okay, so in this particular case, I'm just going to click right here. And again, we're going to keep working our way through this. So this is the Australian dollar versus the Canadian dollar. Again, pairing the strength and weakness. So what I noticed right off the bat is you've got I got the daily chart and I got this 3-hour chart. So here's another thing. What you've got to do is you've got to avoid trading unless you have a time frame that you can successfully trade on. Let me kind of go back. So if you notice here, I've got the daily and this is the 3-hour. What I like to do personally is I've decided that the 3-hour time frame is the time frame that I like to take trades. Now you can do it on the daily. You can do it on the 1 hour, the 15-minute. It doesn't matter. If you guys work during the day, then what I would encourage you to do is either trade on the daily or the 3-hour. Okay, but you've got to pick one time frame that you're going to be able to enter on. Avoid trading unless you have that nailed down. Have that nailed down. Now, I've got the 3-hour and I've also got the daily because I like to trade on both time frames. But this red sticker, so remember, directional bias, right? Who's in control? And you cannot trade the market, Forex market successfully without establishing a bias in who is in control. Now, there's many ways to do that. But what I like is you see this is red. When this is lit up red, it's telling me that sellers are in control on the higher time frames. Okay. Now, when I talk about the higher time frames, I'm talking about the month, the week, and the day. The month, the week, and the day. Okay, we've got to understand that there are institutions who trade on the month, not me, not you, them. Okay, there's also institutions that trade on the week. The higher the time frame, the more power behind it. And then the daily. Okay, there's multiple levels going on. Again, you cannot trade the Forex market without understanding who's in control. So what you've got to do is you've got to be able to look at the monthly, the weekly, the daily, and figure out, are buyers in control or sellers in control? And what if buyers are in control on the month, but sellers are in control on the week? And again, don't worry. I'm going to show you how we can easily do this. I'm just trying to get you to understand the concepts. Okay? Understand the concepts and see and imagine how this can change the game when you get this point. Okay? Do not trade the Forex market unless you understand this. Okay, so what color are we in right now? What color are we in right now? We're red. So this tells me that all the time frames, all the traders, the big money, sellers are in control. So sellers are in control in the week, sellers are in control in the month, and sellers are in control in the day. So how does that help me? That helps me because now that I know which direction they're going, I know which direction I've got to trade. Whenever sellers are in control, if you notice these sell stickers, this is automatically generated, okay, when the algorithm recognizes an opportunity for us to sell. But if you see, there's nothing in here that says buy. Again, you've got to ground yourself in a direction. Too many traders will go into the Forex market, they'll buy, they'll sell, they'll buy, they'll sell. But what you've got to do is you've got to say, okay, who's in control? What phase are we in? Don't trade without knowing that, which we already talked about it. And then trade accordingly. Ground yourself in one direction. That's going to change the game. No more flip-flopping around. All right, guys. Hey, I think this will be a good time in the video to ask you, if you are finding value in this in any way, do me a favor, man. Smash that like button, all right? It really does help support the channel. It lets YouTube know that this video is being helpful to you, and then they can show it out so it can be helpful to people just like you. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Hey, let's get back into the video. Okay, so I know sellers are in control. I'm not going to trade successfully unless I know this. Okay, pretty awesome, right? Understanding what the big money is doing. Do you see how easy this can be if you know that? Okay, y'all hear? Okay, let me know if y'all hear me. Very important stuff. So I'm a seller in this particular case. Okay, so because right there. And again, I sold up here and I actually took profit. I didn't see there, but I took profit right here, right? I got that profit signal, boom. So it told me, hey, sell, take profit. All right, so the next thing you need to avoid doing is you need to avoid entering trades unless you know if you're getting a good value. And again, hang tight for a minute. We're going to, simplify, but I just want to get this concept. Are we getting price at a discount? Are we undervalued or overvalued? Guys, you must get this. Whenever you are red, I know sellers are in control. So now I've got the okay to trade to the downside. Okay, to the downside only. That next question is I've got to avoid trading unless I know, are we undervalued or overvalued? Whenever it's a red atmosphere, okay, when it's a red atmosphere and sellers are in control, you're going to notice this histogram down here. I mean, you're going to notice the histogram anyway, but I want you to pay attention to this. Whenever you are below zero, you're going to hear me use the word undervalued, or cheap, or discount. When you are over to zero, you're overvalued, you're expensive. You cannot trade successfully unless you understand if you're getting a good deal or not. Now, here's a hint. Institutions, the big money, they never buy when it's overvalued. They only sell. Okay? They never, in this case, they never sell when it's undervalued. They only buy when it's cheap. You got to know this. Okay? So again, the way the software calculates everything is when it's red, you know, because your advantage is, you know, hey, I'm only trading to the downside. But when I trade to the downside, since I'm selling, right? Remember, you're selling, you only sell when you're overvalued. So whenever you get these sell signals, okay, when you get these sell alerts to your phone and your email, you're going to look, oh, this was overvalued. I only sell. It's a red. I got a sell signal. Boom. That's your opportunity. That's when you know things are expensive. When things are expensive, you sell. And then when they go undervalued and they become, or in this case, cheap, you buy it back. Or in this case, you exit because you sell high and you buy low when it's red. Sell high, right? Sell. And you're going to get these alerts. Overvalued, where I took it, sell. Every time, bam. Overvalued, sell. Undervalued, buy it back. Okay, buy it back. So what you need to avoid is you need to avoid trading unless, okay, you understand on the time that you're entering, because this is the time frame I'm entering, are you overvalued or undervalued? But it's really easy. The histogram right here, the Trader's EdgeX histogram is going to show you. Okay, are you getting this? You've got to avoid trading unless you understand, are you undervalued or overvalued? You never, ever buy when you're overvalued. You only sell. Okay? Never. You never sell when you're undervalued. You only buy. In this case, when you sell, you're buying it back for cheap, right? So that's how we got it. We're getting all these sell signals. So if I go to the Australian dollar Swiss franc, for example, we're going to wrap it up here in a minute. Again, sellers are in control, right? Okay, now, when we talked about don't trade unless you know what phase you're in, here's a little hint. When it's red, okay, you're in phase 2, guys. When it's red or it's green, it's phase 2. Phase 2 is called the expansion phase. You got to know that. Okay, so when it's red, I know who's in control. Okay, I'm not going to trade unless I know that. Sellers are in control. It's red, we're in the expansion phase. That means I've got to take advantage of that swing. The next thing I need to know is, are we undervalued or overvalued? Since it's red and I'm selling, I'm only going to sell when we're overvalued. These are the opportunities. And then take profit. Small swing, small swing. So right now, these traders just took profit. Okay? Because why? We're undervalued, we're expensive. So the next move into this is, as soon as this goes up here and it generates another sell signal, and you're going to get the alert to your phone, you're going to say, oh, sellers are in control. What phase are we in? Phase 2, the expansion phase. In this case, we're overvalued. We only sell. You get the alert. That's your opportunity. Of course, you got to know money management, all that stuff. We're just getting these concepts because in this video, we're focusing on things that you need to avoid to successfully trade the foreign exchange market. And what you need to avoid is not trading unless you know what phase you're in. Very simple. Boom. Maybe we can find one of the green. Let me go over here to the euro really quickly. Oh, I know. Let's go to the dollar, United States Canadian dollar, just so you can see. So this is the United States Canadian dollar. Okay. Boom. So we're green, right? What phase we're in? We're in phase 2 when it's a color. Sometimes, guys, it's going to be in the black. That means we're in phase 1, the contraction phase. That's for another video. But we're in phase 2, expansion phase. Okay, I'm not gonna trade successfully unless I know this. Okay, who's in control? Buyers are in control because it's green. When buyers are in control, we only buy. We trade in the direction of the big money. Now, remember, this is the who's in control on the higher time frames, the month, the week, the day, the big money. We are what's called retail traders. We're just jumping on board for the ride, but we recognize through the software who's in control. Do you need the software? No, you can do this manually, but the software sure does make it easy. Okay, it helps me avoid trading unless I know this. Okay, are you guys getting this? Can you see yourself doing this? And again, if you don't understand pips and all that, don't worry about it. I just need you to believe that you can do this. Would this work for you? How are you going to feel knowing that you can successfully mirror what the banks are doing? Very important. All right, so phase 2, expansion, buyers in control. And guess what? Now let's go to the histogram. When you are under the 0, you only buy, right? And when you're over, you only sell. So right now you're over. You only sell. So if you got in down here, when you got this buy alert, okay, you got the buy alert to your phone, it sent you a text message. You look and you say, wow, we're undervalued. We're at a discount. It's cheap. We only buy undervalued. Bam, that's an opportunity. You're in that trade. All of a sudden, you got an alert to exit. TP stands for take profit. You say, oh, we're overvalued. You only sell. So what I buy, I'm going to sell. And you just made that right there. That right there. That alone could change your life. That right there, if you know the details of Forex, could replace your entire monthly income. Okay? And that trade was literally just a couple days. Is this making sense? Do you see how this can change your life? Okay. Now, that's it. So now what do you do? Well, are we overvalued, undervalued? We're overvalued. We never buy. So we need to wait for this to come back down. This will come back down. We'll get another buy alert and we buy again. So avoid those 3 things if you want to trade successfully in the market, okay? Avoid not trading unless you understand what phase you're in. Avoid not trading unless you know who's in control. And avoid not trading if you don't understand if you're overvalued or undervalued. This software makes it simple, okay? This makes it simple to do that. Information to this software is down below, 7-day free trial. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. All right, everybody. So I wanted to kind of point that out. All right. All right, cool. So now let's kind of go back, do this here really quickly. So we're going to, I wanted to kind of get that point there. I really want to hammer that message that I was just talking about. It's very important, okay? Don't ever trade the Forex market without knowing that stuff. All right, so now I'm going to kind of go back and let's start walking through these pairs together. So the Australian dollar right now, we're red. So when we're red, we're only focused to the downside. We are overvalued on the daily. There was an opportunity to sell on the daily. So what we want to do is we want to set this alert right here. Okay. So Australian dollar, Canadian dollar. Let me go ahead and do this. It's Ethereum. I got several of them. So I want to set this alert right now. Australian dollar, Canadian. Let me see if I got it. Okay. Exit, take profit. Let me get rid of that one because I was already in that. I want to schedule an alert right here. It's got that buy and sell alert. Okay. So I want to make sure that this pair gives me another alert when it's time to sell. Since we're a buys down situation, you know, kind of, I want this histogram to come up here, get that sell opportunity, take that trade. Australian dollar, Swiss franc. And guys, we are working on a robot that's going to do this for you. Okay. But again, I'll teach people manually so they understand what's going on and they can flip on the robot to let it trade for. We are working on that. It should be available within a week. Okay. And again, information to this software is down below. 7-day free trial. Okay, this software changes the game. Australian dollar, we're only selling, right? We only sell when it's overvalued. Kind of very similar. There's no opportunity yet, but what I want to do is I want to make sure we have that alert scheduled. Australian dollar right there, okay? I want to make sure we have that alert scheduled. Okay, cool. So whenever there's a sell alert, it's going to send me a text message to my phone, and then I'm going to go look at the chart, and that's going to be an opportunity. Australian dollar, Japanese yen. Okay, so right now, we just went into a brand new bias situation. Okay, we came out of this, we call this the contraction phase. It's phase 1, right? Okay, we know, and again, we know what to do in that phase. Nothing. Whenever there's no color, there's no trade. Simple as that. No color, no trade. But right now, it's green. Okay, it's green. So what we're doing is we're focusing on the buy side. So we were undervalued right here. We got several buy signals and exit. So what I want to do now is I want to wait. Remember, now that we understand who's in control, we understand what phase we're in phase 2. What I want to do is I want to wait until this histogram is back below 0, right? I like looking at it when both of these are below 0. That's telling me that, you know, it's getting cheap. Okay, in this particular case, the Australian dollar against the yen is getting cheap. And so I'm going to know when I'm going to come in and buy. Right? First of all, I'm going to get alerts to buy, so I don't even have to think about it. Okay, and then I'm just going to go look at the chart. If we're under value below the 0 line, I get that alert. That's an opportunity. So right now, we still got a little ways to go. Australian dollar, Japanese yen. Sellers are in control. We're back undervalued, so we had an opportunity up here. So now we're just going to wait. These were a lot of opportunities we could have sold and taken profit down here, right? You sell when you are overvalued, expensive, and you buy when you're undervalued and cheap. Now remember, it says exit, take profit, but you're buying. When you sell it, you got to buy it back, right? So kind of how it works here. Canadian dollar, Swiss franc. You notice we just got out of that trade a minute ago. And again, we got out of that trade because there's that news announcement coming. That's the only reason, okay, because of the news announcement. But right now, sellers are in control. We're starting to work ourselves, you know, in a level where we're going to pay attention. We're overvalued. But we're still kind of flopping around because of that news announcement. So not going to do nothing there. But again, guys, we teach how to do this. I have that free course down below. And then, of course, I've got the elite. And anybody who also is signing up for the software like myself, we've created a private Discord group. And we're going to be doing trainings on this once a week for everybody who has the software. So There'll be plenty of opportunities to learn this, okay? And it's going to help you big time be a better trader for sure. All right, so in this particular case, I took profit the other day here, and I think I took profit because it was the weekend. Okay, so let me just kind of do, I'm not in this trade right now. Okay, not in it right now. So right now, sellers are in control. We're undervalued, so we never sell when we're undervalued. So this is a pair that we're just going to let this come up here. And then when that happens, I'm going to schedule the alert. So the way I like to do it is I like to see, first of all, who's in control. Like I said, what phase we're in. And then are we undervalued or overvalued? And then I go flip on the alert like I did a minute ago. This one I'm going to wait until we come up here. Since sellers are in control, I want this histogram to be above 0. Very simple. It's as simple as that, guys. This software was designed for a 12-year-old. Buyers are in control. We're pretty flat right now. So that tells me that, again, not much activity going on. Pretty flat. I like to see when he's come down in here. These best opportunities are when this histogram is deep below 0, right? And this is also below 0. But we are getting some buy signals right now, okay? We got a buy signal on the Euro JPY, buy signal. We know that, buyers are in control, but I'm looking here and this is pretty flat, okay? Now this buy signal right here, you can barely see it, but you were undervalued, so that would have been an opportunity that you could have taken that trade because it was undervalued. And at that time, we were hugging the 0. This is not that clean. We'll find one hopefully cleaner. But buyers are in control. That means we buy. Euro, the Euro United States dollar. Now, I like this one because, we're going into what's called a new bias situation. We went right from the contraction phase and we just entered that expansion phase, okay? Right, so now we're just waiting for the opportunity. We're still undervalued, so we need to wait for this to kind of work its way up there, right? So that's all we're going to do, guys, is, we're just trying to figure out who's in control and then act accordingly. You guys getting this? Okay, are you guys getting this? Do you see how easy this can be, recognizing what's happening and only focusing on the direction that the big money's going? Okay, do you see how this can change your life? It can do it. It's changed many people's life, including myself, and it can change yours. And it doesn't have to be as hard as you think it is. How are you going to feel when you get this? Okay. British pound, United States dollar. Because if you notice too, I'm not drawing trend lines. I'm not drawing support levels. Again, you can do that. That is a way to trade. Price action trading. That's more called, like I said, it's more of a price action approach, right? You can draw your trend lines. You can draw your resistance. You can hear people say, oh, channel, it's going to come down here and bounce. I get it. But for those of you that are new, that is a learning curve. It took me a couple years to really understand technical analysis. Some of you, you may feel like you don't have a couple years. Okay, that's okay. We're going to accelerate that learning curve. That's pretty awesome. Okay. Right? Again, all we need to know is who's in control, what phase we're in, and are we getting a good deal? Okay? Are we getting price at a discount? That's what we need to know. Right now, phase 2, sellers are in control. Are we undervalued? Are we overvalued? When sellers are in control, we sell when it's overvalued. Now, again, you're going to schedule the alerts. The alerts are going to send you, to your phone, again, until once the robot's there, it'll trade for you. But you're going to send the alerts, and then you're going to go look at your chart, and you're going to decide if you want to take that signal or not. Okay? The software does 95% of the heavy lifting for you. Don't you think that's important? Don't you think that's important? Yes. So right now we're undervalued. We do nothing. The United States Canadian dollar. The United States Canadian dollar, buyers are in control. We're in phase 2. When buyers are in control, we never buy when it's over 0. We wait. Okay, like right here. Do you see how you got this buy signal? And this was a beautiful, for those of you that know technical analysis, you can see that was we call that a bullish divergence. Okay, when price is going down and the indicator's going up, That's a bullish divergence. Sometimes that can lead. I mean, a lot of times that's whenever the indicator will lead price. Okay, that's in there. And look, we got that buy signal when it was beautifully undervalued, right? If you took that signal, okay, if you took that signal, you got an exit take profit. It was overvalued. Okay, you can sell any time in here. Okay, but then you're going to get the alert exit take profit. And that move right there, you capitalize on that move. That move could replace your entire monthly income. So what do we do now? We wait until we have a good value. We put on the alert and we wait. United States Swiss franc. Okay, United States Swiss franc. I like these. A lot of these are going to set up probably next week. Okay, we got that beautiful buy signal again right there, but now we're extended. So we need to let this come down. We don't chase. We do not chase. Okay, we can see who's in control. Great. We know we're in phase 2. We take advantage of that swing. Phase 2, there's swings that we can take advantage of. Okay, but nothing to do yet. United States dollar, Japanese yen. Buyers are in control. Right now, we're extended on the daily. We are coming down, but let this come down, right? We're overvalued. We don't chase. The opportunity was there. Now we wait. Now we wait. Okay? So what I'm liking the most is this Australian dollar, Canadian dollar. Let it come up. I'm liking basically the Australian dollar pairs, right? Because in this case, we are overvalued on the daily. I would like to see this come up a little bit, generate a sell signal, but I've got my alerts right here on these Australian dollar pairs because those right now are my favorite to take advantage of to the downside. Because again, I'm only selling. All right, everybody. Hey, I hope you found value in today's video. If you did, do me a favor. Smash that like button, all right? So YouTube can spread this video out to more people like you, and it can help them. I would really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Hey, if you're interested in any of the indicators that we use, or if you are interested in my Forex 101 class right now, for those interested, I'm giving away that class completely for free to help you learn how to trade the Forex market, okay? Now, if you are already trading the Forex market and you want to go to that next level, hey, check out my Forex Elite Masterclass down below in the description of the pinned comment. All right, everybody, we'll see y'all in the next video.